Nikon has finally released their first mirrorless crop sensor camera, the Nikon Z50.
The Z50 features a 20.9 megapixel sensor and retains Nikon's new Z mount, allowing it to use the Z mount lens collection and the F mount lens using an FTZ adapter. In the box, we have a warranty card, the owner's manual, and we have a Nikon school voucher or flyer. The camera has a native ISO of 100 to 51,200. Inside the box, we have a strap, a USB cable, the battery, and we have the battery charger. Now, since I bought the lens kit, I also get the 16-50 DX lens. And of course, we have our Nikon Z50 body. So on the front of the camera, we have the two function keys that can be programmed, and we also have the scroll wheel here.
The grip is a decent size and fits really well in the hand. I don't have that big hands, so your mileage may vary. The camera features a magnesium alloy body and has weather sealing according to the Amazon sales page. I wasn't able to find anything about weather sealing on Nikon's website, so take that with a grain of salt. I wouldn't take this out in the rain. It doesn't seem like it would last in the rain. That's something for my D800, but it does have a magnesium alloy body. The camera is very light. It weighs only 395 grams just for the body.
With the SD card inserted and the battery inserted, along with my 16-50 lens, the camera weighs about 585 grams. The battery is a new EN-EL25 that can be charged with the included battery charger, or you can charge it using the micro USB port on the camera.
It's late 2019, almost 2020. The micro USB cable is one of the worst and flimsy cables that I've dealt with. Type-C supports USB 2.0 as well, just like this one, so I don't know why Nikon didn't include that. The SD slot is in the battery door now, and it's a UHS 1 slot. It's not UHS 2. Again, a little shortcoming that Nikon decided in late 2019.
The side of the camera has a microphone, USB, and HDMI. The covers are a swivel type and not a door style flap like on the older DSLRs. On the top of the camera, we have a shutter button, exposure compensation, ISO button, record button, movie and picture mode slider, and we have the mode dialer with user settings. We also have a hot shoe and a built-in flash, along with a scroll wheel on the right side. On the back, we have a 3.2-inch 1,040,000 dot tilting LCD, and it allows you to use touch or the directional pad to navigate through the menus. You can also put it towards the front for a selfie mode. So this is the selfie mode. In terms of in-camera video, this video for right this second is being recorded directly in the camera at 1080p high quality with the internal microphone. On the back, we have 3 buttons on the LCD screen along with the information button, menu button, playback, trash, a OK button with the directional pad, auto exposure lock, and the display button, which is for the output. There's also a 0.39-inch XGA OLED viewfinder with eye detection. The camera automatically switches to the electronic viewfinder when your eye is nearby and back to the LCD when it's not. In terms of lag, I found the LCD screen to be more laggy than the electronic viewfinder, although they're not too bad. There's an option for silent photography in the menu, which allows you to take pictures like a cell phone in silence. The camera has a shutter that can go all the way down to 30 seconds or as fast as 1/4000th of a second, and it can do 11 FPS in 12-bit RAW mode, as you can see here. The camera has a bunch of effect modes that you can use. This one is a bit laggy, but there are a bunch to choose from. Some of them are perfectly real time and some of them are a little bit laggy. The camera also offers scene modes where you can change the type of scene you're shooting and the camera will optimize its settings for that scene. So let's take a look at some pictures. This is with the autumn leaves. This is the pet portrait. And even night portrait looks pretty good. As you can see, as we're increasing the ISO, the detail is not as powerful as it was before, but it still does pretty good in low light. and this is a raw image here. Unlike the Nikon Z6 and Z7, the camera does not have an in-body image stabilization system. Instead, it has electronic stabilization, as you can see here. I was very surprised at how accurate the tracking was at keeping the focus point on my face. It actually kept up even though I was jumping up and down. However, for animals or non-human objects, it was not bad, but it wasn't as great. The phone supports 802.11 AC Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.2. When connecting it to my smartphone, there was a lag in the live view photography. I still think the transferring photos option isn't as smooth as it should be in 2019. The in-camera JPEGs are actually not that bad, but they still cannot compete against raw photos edited in Photoshop. One annoyance I found out was when using a tripod, you can't remove the screen into the selfie mode. The tripod mount gets in the way. So if you want to be able to use the selfie screen and a tripod, you're gonna need a new accessory that will probably be available on the market soon. Onto the lens, it's a very small profile lens. It has a retraction mode that you need to do in order to take pictures. Throughout the zoom range, the lens doesn't extend much and is actually a pretty good lens for a kit lens. I really like this lens, and every picture you've seen in this video is from this lens, and it has VR.
My future videos will be shot in 4K using this camera and this lens combination. I'm also going to be doing a mirrorless versus DSLR versus smartphone video in the future, so be sure to be subscribed so we can take a look at how different these systems are and if any of them are for you. With that said, I think the Z50 is going to be a great seller, not only because of its size, but because of the price. At $856.95, this is not a bad camera. With the lens, it's $996, so for about $1,000, you get a whole camera setup. I think a lot of people are going to be more towards this because of that, because a Z6 is around $1696 right now, and that's without any lens at all. The good news is you can use your FTZ adapter, so you can use basically any other lens from the F mount. However, for the DX series, all we have is this lens and the 50 to 250 lens. Overall, I hope this video has helped make your decision. I'll post the links in the description to get this from Amazon like I did. And as always, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.